Good day, YouTubers. Well, it's freezing cold here today and I don't much feel like going out for a ride. I think it's going to be a night spent on the trainer in the pain cave, but it also gave me a good chance to throw you a few updates on how I'm going with the Merida Big 9 Limited and also the Kovas Chinese hoops that I put on about a month ago now. So I'll do a quick run through the bike. For those who are seeing this video for the first time, I'll do a quick run through on the spec of the bike and also some additional other changes that I've made since my last post on it. So today seen me go a little bit crazy with some 3M mastic tape on the chain stays and the seat stays. Just giving a little bit of extra protection and looked a little bit nicer than like I've done in the past, which is wrap a tube around it. As you can see, I've done it on the chainstay on this side, and you'll be able to just see through just that section where the wheel passes of the chainstay. The other side, I did notice there was a few little marks there. I've also popped a little bit of protection here on the seat stays, just where they pop out to the side. I have you can see how they just sort of flare out through there. I have noticed that sometimes you can collect them when you're negotiating through some rock gardens. Now, some other updates have come along. You might notice here at the moment we're now running 12-speed GX Eagle. We've got the GX Eagle front crank, and you might notice that I have put some carbon wrap over that. And that's just to protect it, because the one thing I hate more than anything in the world is having scuffed cranks. They just look awful. The other thing you'll notice I've got on here, which was also on the previous dual suspension XC bike, is a Stone 32 tooth oval chainring, which I absolutely swear by. Absolutely fantastic. I've now had this running for about 4 months now, and I cannot complain about it at all. I do find that oval does help me on the climbs, just with a little bit of extra traction, and power, no, probably not, it's traction. So yes, highly recommend those, available from Stone Design Industries, I believe they're called, but you'll find them on AliExpress anyway. Let's have another quick look. Spec wise, you notice I run the Ascend brand X dropper, available from Wiggle Chain Reaction. Great dropper, bang for your buck, can't go past it. Just coming around to the front, another change that's happened since I last posted is we changed the fork. We're now running a SID 2018 version RLC, running the Maxell through axle as well, and wow, what a difference that made. So we're running 3 tokens inside this at the moment, all being tuned up using the SRAM Shockwiz. And boy, did that make a big difference. So if you ever get the option to get a play with a SRAM Shockwiz to set up your shocks, absolutely fantastic. Can't complain about that at all. Now, the other thing that most people find quite interesting is the fact I've got the Chinese Kovas rims on here. My only complaint with them was the supplied rim tape, and also the valves were very poor quality. What I would recommend is the rim seems to be excellent quality, cannot complain. The build is very good quality. Just bring them in, don't worry about getting the extra rim tape or the valves, just get them here or back in your country where you can be supplied with good quality ones. The rims are good quality. There's nothing worse than being brought down by poor quality valves and rim tape, which Kovas actually said they don't actually supply themselves, they just buy them in as extras. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at the rims at this point. We're now a couple of 100 kilometers in, and as we can see, absolutely going fantastic. No complaints about these rims whatsoever. And they're an asymmetric rim, which I've mentioned before, which means the spokes are not in the center of the rim, they're offset to one side, allowing for nice even spoke tension. Just moving around to the other side of the bike, again sort of updating on some stuff I've talked about before, but here you can see I'm still running the Chinese sourced floating, well, we'll call it a semi-floating rotor. You can't truly have a floating rotor on these. They'd make an awful lot of noise if they moved around. Yes, they've still been very good. Excellent stopping power, probably better than the stock ones. What you do have to watch is the bedding in process is really important. They can glaze up during that initial run, seemingly very easy, and you've got to go through the process, rub them down, start again. So I would highly recommend paying very careful attention to the bedding process. But once they're bedded in, certainly the braking power is really good. I cannot complain. They may, if you order these in, they may not come in 100% straight. They do have to come through the mail. They don't always pack them that well, and they can get a little bit bent. Now these are the identical rotor to what Wiggle and maybe Chain Reaction I think might also sell, which is the Clark's brand of rotor, or their brand. I'm not even sure who it is that supplies, not supplies, but imports under that brand for Wiggle and Chain Reaction. I'm just going to assume that it's maybe their own brand, or there's an importer doing it. But they're an excellent brake once they're bedded in and they're running nice and smooth. But yeah, I did have a little bit of an issue at the start, just getting them bedded in, and that's comparing them directly to direct OEM centerline rotor, which is easy. Just bang them on, run them down the hill a couple times, and it's absolutely fantastic. Running the SRAM Level T brakes still on this, I find them excellent. No dramas there at all. Been tempted a couple of times because I seemingly love just upgrading this bike for the fun of it to some guides or even some codes, which is what I would do these days. But complete overkill on a bike this light. Is waste of money and time, really. So any questions about this bike or comments that you'd like to make, please pop them below, and I will endeavour to answer them. And if you can, please subscribe and allow me to bring more content. Thank you guys. Bye.